Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Kelly Charles Collins, CEO and founder of Speaker Moguls and HR Legally Speaking. And yes, Charlie out here promoting fake women speakers. What are we coming to? Like, what are we really coming to? So, yeah, I just want to come out here and talk about that and also talk about what I have coming up for next week so that you all can join me so that you could be the real speakers, the real women speakers on stages, and people don't have to fake the funk around here. So, if you're joining me, wherever you're joining me, let me know, say hi, drop any comments, questions, anything that you have in the comment box, and I will make sure that I connect with you and say, hey. But yeah, so my girl Precious Williams, who I just absolutely adore and love. Anyway, she mentioned me in a comment today under a post. It was a post that was done by somebody on LinkedIn, and she was talking about this article that came out, and the article was talking about a tech conference that had fake women speakers on there, right? So they this is crazy. So they had their apparently they had their speaker lineup, and maybe it says maybe some of the women dropped out or whatever. And so what they did was to put profiles of women speakers, or at least one woman speaker on there, but some other entities, somebody else looked into it and found out that that was a fake profile. Right. So now this is crazy. So is this what we're doing out in these streets? Like, we are just like putting out there that there are speakers on our lineup and these people don't even exist. And it's really easy to create like an amazing profile with AI, I guess. And even, I guess, if you could, I don't know if they had a photo or anything, but it's so easy to just really do that. And I read it and I was just like, it's a little crazy. But it also like ticked me off a little bit, right? Because are we at this point that we so undervalue, um, or maybe you're so afraid of the brilliance of women that we are going to fake that we have them on our stage so that we can entice people to come to our events and then do a bait and switch, right? And what I'm really happy about is that once the men who were on the other male speakers found out about this, that they actually pulled out, right, to the point that the conference had to be canceled. I think it's really important that if we say that we're allies and advocates and we're going to stand up for people, that when things like this come to the forefront, that we actually do take action, that we do stand up for what there is. But as I read the article, what it did for me is to just really solidify why I do what I do. So, for those of you who don't really know who I am, I'm Kelly Charles Collins, as I said at the beginning, and I am a retired trial law attorney. I was an employment lawyer for over 2 decades. I started my practice of law as a criminal defense attorney. And several years ago, I started my company, HR Legally Speaking, which is a training and consulting firm, and speaking training and consulting firm. So in that capacity, I am a keynote speaker, award-winning TEDx speaker, corporate trainer, and I work with organizations to help them really cultivate inclusive cultures where every person and every voice matters. So doing that through building conversational cultures, really teaching people how to effectively communicate and lead, and also how to disrupt unconscious bias. On the other side of my business, which is Speaker Moguls, I started Speaker Moguls years ago, a couple years ago, because realizing, being in this business full time as an entrepreneur, realizing how, in fact, women are undervalued, right? Or actually devalued in this space. And it is my mission. It is my mission to amplify, elevate, and affirm the voices of women thought leaders so that their value is not erased, so that we don't continue to get to the point where now we're like fake speakers, right, on people's conferences. And the thing for me is this: listen, I know that there is pushback, right, around diversity, equity, and inclusion. I understand that. I know that people are like, yeah, we gave you your couple of years when, George Floyd was murdered, and we had to like say, yes, 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 we're all in, right, for diversity, equity, inclusion. But the real truth is that there's lots of people who that's not their ministry, right? They're not into that. They're not into diversity, equity, and inclusion. And that's okay, right? Because here's the thing, I would rather you tell me that you're racist, sexist, homophobic, all the things, so that I know, and then I know how to deal with you, right? And so don't pretend, right? As we're out here, don't pretend. Just if you don't want to have women speakers on your stage, you don't want to have women speakers on your stage, stand on that, right? But don't fake it and then try to like pull people in. If you're genuinely, right, interested in diversity, equity, inclusion, if you're genuinely interested in promoting all voices, right, so that all people can be heard, then do that. And when you see that that's not happening, then say something, do something, right? Don't just be like, well, I'd really like for it to be, and then don't do anything about it, right? So for me, we always these things happen right out in the world. We see things that are happening, we see injustices, we see inequity in spaces, and we always think like, oh, somebody should do something about that. Well, we are that somebody, right? And so in this space, in terms of speaking, and what I see for women thought leaders, and particularly Black and brown women thought leaders, I need to do something about it. I can't just say, well, I wish we were paid more. I wish we weren't always being asked to speak for exposure. I wish we didn't have to, scrape and crawl and fight to just get on stages, even though we have every single credential and every level of expertise to be on those stages, right? I could complain about it, or I could do something about it. So, one of the things that I'm doing is, you'll see scrolling across the bottom, is I am doing my Speaker Pathways to Profit workshop, which starts next Monday, for 6 days, free training, 1 hour a day, starting at 12 p.m. Eastern. And we're going to be talking about what it takes, right, to really be a highly paid, sought after speaker, what it really takes to position yourself so that you don't have to, fake the funk like they are, right, in terms of trying to put fake women speakers on their page, right? But again, we have to do the work that to close the gaps in the spaces that we see, right? We have to be those people. And so it'll be one thing for me to be upset about it and say, oh, I really don't want women's value to be erased, and then not do anything about it. So if you are, if you are someone who has been thinking about speaking, if you're somebody who is you're a speaker, you're an expert, you're an attorney, you're a professional service provider, so somebody who has a deep level of expertise, you're a coach or you're a consultant, and you know that what you need to get to the next level is to position and package yourself so that you can leverage speaking and your expertise to create influence, impact, and income, you need to come to the workshop, right? You need to come to the workshop to understand what there is to do, because there's so many of us who are like, yeah, I want to do the thing, but that's just the desire piece of it, right? I want to do the thing, but then you don't really understand what it takes to do the thing. And some of you, once you realize what it takes to do the thing, you're like, yeah, I ain't about that life. I don't really want to do that thing. Right. And so I'm always talking to people about desire, commitment, belief, and action, because those are the steps, right? That journey is what's going to take you from the thing saying, yeah, I want this, right? Everybody's like, oh, yeah, I want to be a paid speaker. I want to be a paid speaker. Great. You know what it takes to do that? Here's what it takes. You ready to do it? Here's the action piece over here, right on the end. And so if you're not really sure what it takes, right, or if you've heard a lot of different things and you're not really sure, then I'm going to invite you to come to the Speaker Pathways to Profit workshop, where I'm going to tell you exactly what it takes, right? No fluff, no BS, like exactly what it takes for you to get there, right? Not everybody is going to be a $50,000, $100,000 speaker. But there's so many of you out here who are like speaking for a bag of chips when actually somebody should be paying you, right? And what's missing is it's not the wherewithal, it's not the expertise. You don't need another credential, you don't need any of that stuff. What you need is the proper positioning. What you need is the proper packaging, right? To understand how to then sell yourself and market yourself to the people who can pay you, and actually how to be, and who are you really speaking to, right? And what are you really speaking about? And is what people have been telling you should speak about the thing that you actually need to be doing and the thing that you actually need to be speaking about, right? We all have stories. All of us have stories. Some are happy stories, some are rags to riches stories, some are trauma stories. But it's not necessarily the story, right? It's what is the message? What is the message? What is the journey that you're going to take people on? And that's something that you need to understand, because our stories are great. However, our stories are not what people are paying for, right? And I know some of that might rub some of y'all the wrong way, but I'm gonna tell the truth and shame the devil around here, because that's what I do. Right. And so your story is not necessarily the thing. So it's important to come to a workshop like Speaker Pathways to Profit to understand what is the real journey? What is the real pathway to making profit in the speaking business? What is the real pathway to getting on all these stages that you see, to getting these corporate contracts that you see people are getting, right? Because the money is out there. The money is out there, the opportunities are out there. You're just not positioned for those opportunities. And so this is what we're going to do inside of the Speaker Pathways to Profit workshop, right? I am on a mission. I'm telling you, with or without you, I'm on this mission to really amplify, elevate, and affirm women's voices. And next week, yeah, next week we have a major announcement that's going to show you that I mean business around here. So in addition to the Speaker Pathways to Profit workshop on the 14th, there's going to be a major announcement. So stay tuned for that. So what are we going to do for the 6 days? What are we going to do in the Speaker Pathways to Profit workshop? So day one, what we're going to do is talk about mindset and your money. There are some real critical shifts that you need to make, mindset shifts that you need to make in order to really make it in this business, right? It's not for the faint of heart. It seems glamorous. It is glamorous at times, but there's a lot of hard work. When you see us on stages, when you see us saying that we closed a corporate contract, there's a lot of work and stuff that we've done behind the scenes, and it starts with your mindset. Right. And so day one, that's what we're going to dive into right away, is around your mindset and your money and the 5 critical shifts that you must make if you are truly serious about becoming a highly paid, sought after speaker. Day number 2, we're going to talk about power positioning. Yes, this is about branding, right? Because I know y'all think about branding, but this is about also elevating your authority. This is understanding who you are. This is about the whole package. I always talk about being positioned in the penthouse of your client's mind and not just hanging out in the lobby, right? And so we're going to talk about what it means to have power positioning on day 2. Day 3, we're going to talk about the power of prospecting. If you don't have an audience, if you don't know who you're speaking to, if you don't know who can pay you, then none of this matters. You can be positioned all you want. None of this matters, right? So we have to get people to see us. So we'll be talking about what the power of prospecting on day 3. Day 4, we're going to be talking about the 3 C's to closing. We got to get you from over here positioned to over here signing contracts. So what is that process? I'm going to teach you my 3 C's to get you there, right? To get you to the point where you are having these conversations so that you can be closing these contracts, whether it's to be on a conference stage, whether it's to be in a closing a corporate contract, whether it's you're generating leads so that for your coaching and your consulting business, whatever it is, we're going to talk about those 3 C's to closing these contracts. Day five, we're going to take a little step back and go back into your mind, right? So day 5, we're going to be talking about unblocking your blessings. There's so much going on in this world. I did a video the other day about after I saw Beyonce's Renaissance, and she was talking about like your vision and just talking about how people talk to you and think that you know, try to talk you out of your vision. And so, day 5, we're going to be talking about unblocking your blessings. Here's why this is important. Sometimes you're the block, right? Sometimes you are the block. Sometimes other people are the block, and what other people have said about you or said to you are the block, right? And so we need to really hone in and like, so it's great to get all the substantive information, which you will get every single day, but it's also important for us to go back and see, okay, great. I'm getting this information. I've probably gotten some of this type of information before, but I'm still in the same place. I have not moved the needle forward. Last year, I put on my bucket list or my resolution list that I want to get paid to speak. I'm still not getting paid to speak. The year before that, I had it, and I'm about to go put it on the list again this year, right? So, what is it? Because there is no lack of information. There's no lack of information, right? The problem is implementation. There is a lack of implementation. I'm going to give you this information for free. You can Google information for free. The problem is that you're not implementing. So we got to figure out what is blocking your blessings. So day 5, we're going to talk about unblocking your blessings. And then day 6, this is where y'all all want to know, how are we going to monetize your message? So we're going to be talking about monetizing your message on day 6. Again, very important for you to be there and understanding that the days build on each other, right? As I just explained to you, the days build on each other. So you need to be there every single day. Every day, I am going to give you an activation exercise. Why? Because as I said, information is free. So you all don't have a problem with information. You have a problem with implementation. You have a problem with taking action. And that's why year after year, day after day, week after week, month after month, you're in the very same place that you were yesterday, last week, 6 months ago, a year ago, 3 years ago, still saying, I want to get paid to speak. Right? Because we're not doing the things that we need to do. So I'm going to give you activation exercises. And what I want you to really think about, listen, I've been on all these free things too, and I've been on other challenges, and they give you activities and you do them or don't do them. But what I want you to understand, and I want you to really think about is, if you come on this workshop, if you come to the workshop and I give you an activation exercise that's going to move you towards the goal that you say that you want, and you won't even take that time to do the exercise and then report back into the group that you did the exercise, that's going to say a lot about you, right? That's going to answer questions for you, right? About why you are still where you are today, as opposed to where you say you want to go. Because if you won't even take that step, if you won't even take that time, but you want somebody to take their time and energy to pay you, you'll see that right away that there is a misalignment, right? There's an integrity issue, right? And so we have to really, we need to be true to our word. I always tell people that your actions will betray your words. So if what you say is that you want to be a paid speaker, what you say is that somebody should be paying you for your expertise, like you're mad about other people being on stages and getting these big corporate contracts and you're not, right? You got to check yourself first. You have to check yourself first. So, easy action step that you can do is go register for positionpitchprofit.com. First action step, go register. Second action step, complete the things that it asks you to do. 1, add the dates to your calendar. Easy, click the button, it'll add everything to your calendar with 1 click. Number 2, complete the survey. I'm gathering information so that I can help you better, right? And serve you better and customize the experience for you. 3, join the Facebook group. Go in there, introduce yourself. Hey, I'm here. This is who I am. This is what I speak about, right? 4, get on a call with me, right? There's you'll see a you'll get a link and it'll tell you to just get on a 10-minute call with me and get to know you, just to chat. It's not a sales call, just for me to know who's going to be at the workshop. So those are 5 action steps that you can take immediately that will get you from this point of desire through commitment to belief into taking action, right? So if we start now before the workshop even begins and we get in the habit of taking action, it will become very easy to continue to take action going forward, right? So we're going to have the 6 days, like I said. So Monday through Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern, it is only an hour. I will be on there for an hour and I will be gone. But in that hour, you are going to get what you need to at least get you started. And some of you, as we go through Monday through Saturday, you might end your journey with me on Saturday, right? Others of you will want to continue your journey, and there will be an opportunity. I will offer an opportunity to you during the workshop to continue your journey with me going further in our Thought Leader Circle program, mentoring program, which is a 1-year mentoring program, right? So that Thought Leader Circle is only open during that launch, only open during the launch. So you can only come in during the launch, and we only have 10 spaces available. All right. So whenever we open up cart for Thought Leader Circle, it's a limited time and limited space, because the way that we work with our clients is very intense. It's very in depth. And so we want to make sure that everybody gets what they need. So I hope to see you on Monday. Starting Monday, go to positionpitchprofit.com. If you know somebody who needs to be there, share it. Speakers don't let speakers speak alone. So go and share this live. If you're on Team Replay, tell me you're on Team Replay. I will probably restream this again later this evening for those of you who are not here right now. So I will, if you have any questions about the workshop, if you have any questions about Thought Leader Circle, you can always drop them in the comments. I hope to see you there. I hope to see you starting Monday. Again, we'll be there 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 Central, 9 a.m. Pacific Time, every day, Monday through Friday, December 11th through December 16th. Go to positionpitchprofit.com, and I will see you there. All right, y'all. Have a great day. Go do something amazing. Go take those 5 steps. Step 1, register. Step 2, add the links to your calendar. Step 3, complete the survey. Step 4, join the Facebook group. And step 5, book a call so we can have a chat before we start, and even during the week of the workshop, we can still chat because my calendar gets booked up. Anyway, have an amazing day, and I will talk to you all soon. Take care.